I said in an earlier video that in both of these examples, the first note is do. But the first note is a different pitch in each one. In this one, it's the bottom space, which is F, or the fourth line, which is F. And in this one, it's the second line and the top space. And that note is G. How is it that F or G could be do? Well, it has to do with this spot in the music right here. The key signature. The key signature is the space in the music on the staff between the clef and the time signature. And the key signature tells me a lot about the music. The symbols that are here change the way the pitches interact with each other. And if you don't know a lot about these symbols, don't worry about them too much just yet. We'll go into more detail with them later. This symbol right here is called a flat. And this symbol right here is called a sharp. The flat in the key signature tells me that that note, whatever note it's on, is the solfege syllable fa. And I'm looking for this hollow spot in the middle of the flat, this little opening in the middle of the flat. Whatever line or space that is on, that note is fa. If there's more than one flat, it's just whichever one is all the way to the right. In this case, we only have one, so it's that one. So if I think of my solfege scale, do, re, mi, fa, so, la, and ti, this fa means that I can either walk down, mi, re, do, or I walk up, so, la, ti, and up to do. So in this case, I'll walk down. That's fa. Then this is mi, and this is re, so that first note is do. That's how I know that that note is do. When I'm talking about a sharp, that note is no longer fa. With the sharp, that note is ti, right here. And again, I'm looking at the hollow spot in the middle of the sharp. This is the little opening right there, inside the center. So if this note is T, and this note is T, I count from there. T, La, So, Fa, Mi, Re, and what do you know? I end on Do. If I'm counting up from here, I'm counting from Fa, Fa, So, La, Ti, and I get to Do. If I'm counting up from here, I'm counting from Ti, Ti to Do. So when you're thinking about the Fa is the flat, and that the T is the sharp, and I kind of think that sharps look sort of like a bunch of the letter T all stuck together. By using that, even if you're not super comfortable with music, by using that you can very, very quickly find your starting note. Let's use these right here as an example. This is a flat, and that flat tells me that that note is Fa. That line, in this case it's the third line, in this case it's the second line, that note is Fa. So when I find my starting note, I count from there. Fa, just down one note, to Mi. And here, Fa, So is on the space here, La is on that line, Ti is on the space, Do is on the line. I'm not done yet because I haven't gotten to my note. So I have to keep going. Re is on that space, and then that note is Mi. So it's the same for both treble and bass in that case. Here, we're counting from the treble, and again, that sharp is telling me that is the solfege syllable T. So T is on this line. Then I walk down. La is on the space. So is on the line. Fa is on the space. Mi is on the line. Re is on the space, and I end up on do. And from here, I've got T is on that line, and then look, T, do. That was a short trip, one note higher than that. And the good news is that any key signature you see is either going to have sharps or flats. And no matter what's going on with the music, you can use that key signature to determine what key the song is in. And by far the simplest and easiest way to do that is to think that the last sharp is T and the last flat is Fa. Say that with me. The last sharp is T and the last flat is Fa. When I say last, I mean the one that is farthest to the right of the music. Say it one more time. The last sharp is T, the last flat is Fa.